Have you moved so far away from your perfect posture that it feels like a lost battle? That changes today.
Most of us have been following the traditional 3-meal pattern a day: breakfast, lunch and dinner. But is this enough? Or rather, does this meal pattern satisfy everyone's needs?
Serious about losing weight but need company to get you started? No worries. Coming up, the perfect app to assist, track and motivate you in your personal weight loss program.
Getting back to fitness can be difficult, but a few good decisions can make these difficult transitions your stairway to success.
When we have good posture, we stand straight, tall and proud and move and function at our very best. With good posture as our base, we can really build on our strength, flexibility and cardiovascular abilities. But without it, we are building on weak foundations. Human posture is generally evaluated in relation to a plumb line, an imaginary line that runs through the center of gravity of your body. The ability of the body to adjust around this plumb line so that both sides look balanced is what constitutes good posture. In an ideal scenario, this plumb line should go through your earlobe, your shoulder joint, hip joint, slightly in front of your knee joint and just in front of your ankle when standing sideways. Any deviation from this ideal causes muscular imbalances in the body. Why? Well, think of the body as a continuous chain of links that are balanced one on top of the other, starting with the mobile ankle joint, on top of which is the knee joint, on top of which is the extremely mobile hip joint, on which balances the spine, on which balances the shoulder girdle and the neck. All of these are held in place in a delicate balance by optimal muscle tone, and if one link loses its place, it has a ripple effect on the entire postural chain. Now, whenever this chain is unbalanced, it causes some muscles to work harder than the others. And over time, these muscles become stronger, more dominant, more tense, while the other muscles weaken. All this is going to devolve into poor posture. And as your posture continues to deteriorate, your joint movements get affected because now the joints are being pulled and pushed by these dominant muscles. This is going to lead to pain, stiffness and loss of motion. But fix these imbalances and you will improve your posture, and all that pain associated with bad posture is going to go away. One of the most common postural deviations is the forward tilt of the pelvis, which increases the curve and the strain on the lower back and is almost always accompanied by a protruding belly, caused by weakness in the hamstrings, glutes and abs, and tightness in the hip flexors. This is common in people who sit around a lot. This posture will leave your lower back tight, overworked and painful. But with a few easy steps, this can be corrected. Engage in flexibility exercises for the tight hip flexors and lower back. This will help restore the muscle to its normal length. Also, regularly do exercises to strengthen the abdominals and the hamstrings. Once you have good tone and strength in these muscles, they will help support the vulnerable lower back and reduce the strain on it. This is literally the core of your body, and strong core muscles don't just keep your back healthy and resistant to pain and injury, they also hold your body upright, improve your balance and enable you to move your body with greater control and efficiency. If I say the words bad posture to you, a mental image of someone that you know with bad posture would immediately come to mind. The sad truth is that 90% of the human population suffers from bad posture, induced by bad habits like sitting too much or hunching over their laptops. The good news is that bad posture can be corrected, and for this, you need look no further than your gym. Another common postural deviation is rounded shoulders, caused by hours spent hunched over a computer or desk, hunched over the wheel of a car, or even watching television. In these forward-reaching positions, your chest and shoulders become shortened and weak, while the muscles of your upper and middle back weaken. you can improve your posture by stretching tight muscles in the chest and shoulders. As the upper back becomes stronger and the chest becomes more flexible, the shoulders naturally pull back. But don't fall back on old habits. When sitting or driving or even just walking around, constantly remind yourself to roll your shoulders back and down. Remember, your poor posture did not just happen overnight. And so to fix it, you have to consistently do these strength and flexibility exercises for quite a while. But to speeden up the process, consider making a few adjustments in your daily life. Remember to sit straighter. Remember to roll your shoulders back and down. Remember to walk around a lot and stop being stationary. And if you're carrying a heavy bag, don't always carry it on the same side. Most people think of the back and shoulders as keys to good posture, but the position of your head and neck is just as important. When viewed from the side, your ears should be in line with your shoulders, but most people's heads push forward. This is usually accompanied by a protruding chin and rounded shoulders. By regular neck retraction exercises, your head will once again center itself just above the shoulders, a sign of proper posture that may also decrease chronic neck pain caused by these imbalances. You may say that every body is unique and different, but that does not mean that the same rules for posture correction do not apply to you. Because underneath our very unique skin and features, the basic mechanics of our bodies are the same, and understanding them better moves you one step closer to the perfect body.
Most of us are absolutely fine with 3 meals pattern a day. But there are days when we crave for more, sometimes even less. So what is the right meal pattern to follow? The traditional 3-meal pattern through the day, or the fitness expert recommended spaced out smaller portions through the day? Let's find out.
Whether you opt for the 3 or the 6-meal dietary daily pattern, the actual question your meal plan needs to answer is, how often does your body need to be nourished to keep pace with your hectic and demanding lifestyle? The 3 meals a day ritual most of us follow today came into existence because of working conditions which required such a dietary pattern. But today, we live in a 24/7 connected life, and electronic devices are questioning the 3-meal model. We eat whenever we like, without taking a break for breakfast or lunch or even dinner, because we can. And what's important in such a scenario is how much energy or calories you consume or what you consume, and not how often or how many times you should eat. For the disciplined and the well-organized, it doesn't matter which meal plan they choose to follow. But if you're someone who has a difficult time eating a small amount at a meal, or if you have a difficult time sticking to healthier meals, then for you, eating 5 to 6 times a day may not be advisable. The more times a day you sit down to eat a meal, the more occasions you have to overeat. This can be a serious problem for the latter, and if you seriously intend to lose weight. So how do you decide when is the right time for you to eat? Those attuned to their body's natural cues to eat will know when they are truly hungry and will eat accordingly and not too much. But for those of you who can't recognize when you're truly hungry or tend to binge eat, here are a few tips. Take a schedule. Eat small meals every 3 or 4 hours until you learn what hunger really feels like. If you overeat at one of the meals, lean down on your portions at the next one. When you feel the hunger pangs, wait for 20 minutes, and if you still feel famished, then it's time to have your meal. If you feel hungry within 3 hours of your last meal, maybe it's not real hunger, or maybe you just aren't eating healthy enough. If you feel like reaching for a quick snack to tide you over to your next meal, have some fruits or a vegetable shake at hand. Both are nutritious and healthy, and you won't end up binging on some ready-to-eat but unhealthy junk food in between meals. Whether you follow a 3-meal-a-day diet plan or a 6-meal-a-day diet plan, you need to burn more total calories at the end of the day, so definitely go in for some exercise. Also, eat fewer total calories at the end of the day. Don't binge out too often. Include proteins in every single meal, and eat only when hungry, and stop when you're feeling full.
There are way too many variables that influence our appetite. We cannot say one meal pattern is right and the other isn't. What you can do is follow an eating pattern that suits your lifestyle as well as your fitness goals.